Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric, and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about my worst performances in job interviews. Okay, so a couple of days ago we got a really good comment on one of our older videos. This was episode 260, which was called "It's Hard to Grow When You're Really Good." Right, and this comment came from Orion Core. And Orion Core, thanks so much for this comment. It was excellent, and I hope you don't mind me talking about it here. But he said, "I know that awful feeling. When I was a kid, I went to interview at a grocery store in clothes that did not fit and a terrible acne, painfully low self-esteem." Dude, I have so been there. Because of my Apple IIC programming hobby, I wrote on the application that I have knowledge of computers. The interviewer asked me, "So how many bits are in a byte?" And I did not know. I became a tiny dot. So I love the honesty of this, but you were going for a grocery store job, so he shouldn't have even been asking that anyway. So so I started thinking about like all the bad interview answers I'd given in the past. Right, and this is one thing I pride myself on. I've been to so many job interviews that it got to the point where I knew when I went into an interview that I was going to get the job or the contract. Right, I would go to interviews. If you've never gone to an interview and had them make an offer and then turn down the offer, you haven't lived. It's awesome, right? So I'm really proud of my ability to interview well. But there's been a few times in the past where I've done some really bad things. Like I can remember once, probably the worst answer I've ever given was like the interviewer just asked me, you know, "Do you get really bored?" I mean, we were talking about all these technologies. He says, "It sounds like you get bored pretty easily." And I said, "Yeah, I suppose I do kind of get bored easily," right? And then I didn't get the job for that reason. He said that was the reason why, because he didn't want me to get bored on the job, right? Bad answer. There's been times where you get like a technical answer wrong, like how many clustered indexes on a SQL Server table, and I think I said 5. I didn't know the answer, so I picked like a random number. It's 1, by the way. But there's like the one time which was the most embarrassing for me. This was like 4 years after I became a software developer. Now, some of you guys know I don't have a degree in computer science, so I'll put that out there. My degree was in history, but I got my first IT job, and then within a few months within like a year, I got Microsoft certified. I read everything I could. I coded, worked these ridiculous hours trying to keep up with everybody else and started to establish myself in the industry. But like after like 4 years, I was going for another job. I went to this one interview. And it was the kind where they give you a test. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to an interview where they give you an exam on coding and everything like that. It's kind of it's annoying, but I could see why they do it. So they gave me this paper-based test. Like, you had to actually write the code in pen. It was just, So anyway, so one of the questions was, and this is so stupid, it said, "I want you to take this sentence and put it in reverse alphabetical order. Take all the letters, put it in reverse alphabetical order, but you can't use like a sort function or a reverse function or anything like that. You had to write the algorithm that does this. So write the algorithm that does this." Right? Now, I did not answer that question because I did not know what algorithm meant. It's so embarrassing to admit it now. I know some of you guys are like, "Well, how could you not know?" Dude, I didn't know. I'd written functions and methods and these big enterprise systems, but nobody in my short career back then had ever used the word algorithm, right? Now I could do it. So I had to ask them. I had to say, "I didn't fill this one in because what is an algorithm?" Right? Needless to say, I didn't get the job. I didn't get the offer or anything like that. And it seems like since then, I heard the word all the time. Like for the next week, I heard it. "Hey, it's an algorithm that does this. This algorithm does that. This algorithm does that." It's so it's not a function or a method. I mean, it is a function or a method, but it's an algorithm. It's a set piece of code. Really bad performance. Even now, I'm still kind of embarrassed about it. I wasn't going to bring it up to you guys because some of you guys would be out there like, "Eric, how could you not know?" Dude, I didn't know. I didn't know at the time. I know now. Ever since. So, it's sometimes, you do those embarrassing, and it's funny to think about it in retrospect, right? At the time, I was kind of devastated because I didn't get the job, but, it's fine, right? So my question to you guys today, if you're willing, if you're brave enough, it's because Orion Core talked about his interview experience that I'm willing to talk about it. If you're brave enough, tell us your most embarrassing answer to an interview question, or the time you were most embarrassed at an interview, right? And if you're willing to share that with a group, and I think that would be fantastic, just put it down in the comments. Anyway, that is it for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.